Well, it's a brand new month and it's time for a new video on YieldMax. Haven't done a video since last month. Seems like forever. So we talked about ULTY yesterday, and it just debuted yesterday, of course. But in the context of the video, I listed off all the holdings, but didn't go in depth on the holdings. So I promised a follow-up. So this is going to be a follow-up on that very fund. So let's first go look at the fund on Yahoo, and I'll do a quick little market recap, and then we will look into the in-depth holdings. So right now, ULTY, of course, I'm looking at YieldTy right now. I always have the last fund I was just looking at. So YieldMax's Ultra Option Income Strategy ETF, like some of you have pointed out, Ultra typically stands for, like with UPRO and some of the others, higher risk, which I did a little short clip on yesterday. So in the last day, we've already gone up 50 cents or 50 cent on the fund. So there we have that. Now let's go to the YieldMax site, and we're going to list off all the holdings again, and I'm actually going to go in depth on each holding because it was kind of all over the place in terms of holdings. I couldn't really detect any like rhyme or reason to the strategy on the holdings, and it's definitely something we'll be asking Jay for sure. Distribution details, of course, there is none yet. NAV 1935, that's what it was yesterday. Shares outstanding 125,000. Okay. And net expense ratio, of course, we get that 10 basis point discount. Okay, so the holdings are, we've got AI, we've got C3.ai, we've got ALT, we've got calls on ALT, ARM, and then calls on ARM, CLSK. Let me see if I still have this spreadsheet open here. Let's see here. I'm not sure why this is not showing all the holdings in the table here. Okay, let's do this. I think I still have the spreadsheet open. I do, actually, from yesterday. So let me pivot over here to the spreadsheet. Welcome. You're like a perfect attendee of class every day. A regular. Like it for sure. Okay, so let me stop this one and then go to the spreadsheet, which since I had open, I could have just done that before. Okay, so yeah, like I said, AI, here we go. Security name C3.ai, AI, Altimmune, ARM, CleanSpark, Coinbase, Carvana, DWAC, Digital World Acquisition Corp, GigaCloud, Groupon, Direction Shares, Biotech, Marathon Digital Holdings, Mara, MDGL, MSOS, Popular Crypto, or um, crypto ETFs, MSTR, and one of those trades in a certain substance that I'm not sure we can name and stay monetized on here. Maybe that'll change. We've got Riot and Nox, MSTR, SMCI, SE, SOUN. Oh, good. This gives me an excuse to look at SMCI and look at all the gains I've missed out on. I'm starting to really get anxious about missing out on NVIDIA. Welcome, welcome. We got a Hell9. Hello. Yes, you're definitely a regular. You've become a regular. Okay, so let me start out with, let's look some of these up and see what we think. All right, Seeking Alpha. Let's use Seeking Alpha today. Okay, bear with me here for a second. Okay, so I was looking up QQQY yesterday, so let's look up AI, C3.ai. Doesn't pay a dividend. Okay, so since inception, believe it or not, we're actually down since 2020. But if we look over the last year, we were up 57.53%. Pretty good. We've almost doubled. And year to date, we are up 24% already. Seeking Alpha gives it a C minus for valuation, C plus for growth, D minus for profitability, B plus for momentum, D minus for revisions. Ooh, not a great score. Okay, how am I going to do this here? Let me bear with me here. Okay, so I'm sharing this one. Oh, look who joined us live, Sonia. I was getting a little concerned. I haven't seen you on as much. Thus, ULTY will be great for questioning Jay as to if he's doing the selecting of positions and so many other things. Also, I want him to know what a fabulous disruptor he is in helping us all make dollars. Yeah, I'm sure I'll definitely convey your gratitude to him when he's on. He is confirmed for the 12th, by the way. We're looking at like 5:45 that day. And we're going to do one on the podcast as well, which we edit that one. Something I need to start doing on here. So we'll have back to back. So the podcast one will be out like a day or two later. We're actually hoping that one could definitely put the podcast on the map for sure if we're not there already. Okay, let me do this. I'm going to try to split my screen over here and then. All right, so we looked at AI. Seeking Alpha doesn't grade it too kindly. Let's see. Oh, here's my screen. Okay, on the split screen here, I'm trying to see. Let's see here. We've got like in total, let's see, AI is one, alt immune, ticker symbol ALT, alt immune. This is one I know nothing about. And like I say, if it's a stock that I know nothing about, it can't be any good because I don't know about it. If I've never heard of it, right? Because you would only hear about good things, right? That's a joke, of course. I was in a fun Discord chat last night, and I was getting some really good live feedback from, shall we say, some shared audience members. And this one guy was telling me about how I'm just like not entertaining. So I'm definitely working on all that. I'm brushing up on personality, entertainment, humor, all of those things. So I thought that was funny. I like getting, direct feedback like that. But finance is kind of a boring subject. I do try to make it funny. Anyway, so Altimmune, ooh, this one is down 92% since inception. Doesn't look too hot. We're up a whole 1/4% for 1 year. Year to date, we're up 7.38%. Valuation gets a D plus. Growth gets a D plus. Profitability gets a C plus. Momentum gets an A plus. And Sonia says great. And then revisions get a B plus. So mixed bag. Next one is going to be ARM. Hopefully this will provide the fund a shot in the arm in terms of premium or a jolt. Okay, so this one has been around, according to this, for about like 6 months or so. And this one has doubled in value. Another one I missed. ARM Holdings. It might be too new to even have a grade, actually, except they rate it a strong sell. Control your FOMO and look to buy more at a cost basis of 13.50. 13.50? How can you do that when it's like 100 and something dollars? I gotta click this clickbait. Control your FOMO. Look to buy more at a cost of 13.50. You were long, but you regret not buying more. We also show existing investors an easy strategy offer to buy more shares at an effective price of 13.50. We'll definitely read this one at a later date for sure. That's interesting. ARM is awesome. Wish I wouldn't have sold it when it hit 100. Yeah, well, like I showed in a stock video. So here's the funny thing. I showed all of my biggest stock wins of all time, and you would think that would be like a viral video because everybody wants to know what the coach is doing. Well, it didn't even crack 100 views, so I was a little bit hurt over that. I had to actually go cry into the corner. Great that Jay will be with you on the 12th. Arm is a mover. Yeah, it's a shot in the arm for sure. It's like this arm, right? But yeah, I thought my stock picks would get more views, honestly. I was really surprised. I must not have been entertaining enough. Okay, it says strong sell. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. All right. So that's ARM. What's the next one? CLSK. The next holding is CLSK. So far, the grading on Seeking Alpha is not grading too kindly here. Here's another mixed bag. This is Clean Spark. Um, this one's kind of all over the place, down 56% since inception. Year to date, ooh, wow, look at that one, 528%. It definitely had a spark over the last year. Wow, this is gonna make my FOMO go crazy. I'm gonna have to end up going to like a therapist or something over all this. All these missed opportunities are making my anxiety go through the roof. Man, 538%. If only I had that time machine. I do have advanced forecasting equipment. But so I do good on my investments. I don't want to sit here and make it like I don't, but I'm looking at all these 500% gains and having some serious FOMO. So valuation gets a C, according to Seeking Alpha. Growth gets an A plus. Profitability gets a D minus. Momentum gets an A plus. Revisions get a B plus. So my favorite grade to give when I give grades, like if I were to give an F, I like to give an F plus. The plus I like to give for the effort. You're going to sell cash secured puts until you get your shares back. Oh, I see. You're going to try to do the wheel strategy. I'm the Rodney Dangerfield of dividend sites. No respect, right? Yeah. Between the FOMO and then seeing all these stocks that I've like missed out on, and seeing these other channels just running circles around me, channels that literally started over the summer. Oh man, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. At least I have all of you all to cheer me up. We need another happy hour with the coach. Okay, let me go back to this is driving me nuts. I'm doing like a split screen to cover this here. And then I have like 5 minutes before my next meeting. All right, I'm going to try to breeze through this quick here. All right, we've got CLSK. We've got Coinbase as our next one. Coinbase is going to be $205. Valuation, we have a D minus. Where's the fair value on here, though? So, like Yahoo gives us a fair value. So here's the thing: the grades are improving. So we move from an F to a D minus. Growth, we move from a D minus to an A minus. That should get most improved player of the year. Look at that. From a D minus to an A minus. Profitability A, momentum A plus, revisions A plus. So I guess it's just not fairly valued, but other than this, it gets an A. Over the lifetime, it's down 30%. I believe it went public in 2021. It was at 353. We just had a lockout the other day, which we covered on the podcast, the Brewing Great Returns podcast. If you all haven't checked that out or subscribed to it, definitely do. I'm not sure. So it's giving it a D minus for valuation, but I'm not sure where it actually shows the fair valuation. It's got a lot of metrics and ratios here, numbers that I pretend to understand. Sometimes I do. Where is the actual like fair valuation? Price to cash flow. These are some pretty good ratios here. I need to spend more time looking at this. Anyway, next holding is Carvana. Now, Carvana, I'm not sure why. I definitely want to ask Jay how they picked these. So Carvana is up. Oh, this is killing me. The sacrifices I make to do videos for you guys. 807% in the past year. Dang. And you know what happened? This is the psychology of investing. I stopped looking at this because it was down so far. Watch this. Since it debuted, watch. It crashed from 2021. It went from 360 to like $26, and I stopped looking at it. But what did it do from there? It doubled. So almost everything's come back. I hate to say it, folks, but we've missed the boat. We've missed the boat. I mean, we're waiting for interest rates to get cut, but we've already missed the boat on it. When I say J is at 5:45, do I mean Eastern time? Well, typically, I feel like I'm on Eastern time, but I run on Pacific time because I literally sometimes I run 3 hours late to stuff. Something I definitely got to work on, among many things. Um, I'll lump that in there with being more entertaining. But I try to schedule things early. because sometimes I tend to run late. But yeah, 5:45 would be Eastern Standard Time. So, all right, back to this here. Bear with me just a second. Bear with me just a second. I'm going to push my meeting a few minutes. Okay, so Carvana, here's another one that gives us a little FOMO. Back to my split screen here. This is driving me nuts. Believe it or not, I have 3 monitors, but I haven't ever gotten them all to work properly. Come on, split screen. Come on. Bear with me. Come on, man. I'm trying to do my arrow up here. I'm starting to feel like grandpa with the technology here. This is crazy. I shouldn't be like this. Okay, so Carvana. That was that one. And then another one of our favorites is going to be DWAC. I'm surprised they picked these. I guess they picked these because of volatility. DWAC, as we know, that is Trump's company. And I've heard something that this could have a valuation. Look at this. This has a market cap of 1.53 billion. He may need this for some of his court cases. But I wonder, I would assume he's like the biggest shareholder. Of course, that's a topic for another video. I would wonder if he liquidated like his stake in the company. Maybe he could actually cover some of his legal fees that he owes. It's rated a sell. Wow, it's up 300% since. Oh, that's because I remember the first day that it went public, it 10x that first day. That's another one we missed out on. I think I have some in another account. It's like those gold shoes. Um, I wouldn't buy those, by the way, but I guess they look cool. $16 that we dropped to, and since the beginning, look at this, we've doubled this year. Well, it is an election year. Okay, so DWAC, so they're picking these for volatility, I would assume. These are like volatility picks. GigaCloud Technology, this has a C for valuation, but it's got really solid grades. Oh, you know what? We didn't look at the grades for did we have grades for DWAC? I'm sorry. No, we didn't. Okay, so we skipped over that one. Okay, so let's look at GigaCloud Technology. This one has solid ratings. Oh, this is killing me. 680% for a year. God, so many missed opportunities. Anybody else feeling the same way that the coach is feeling here? We should grab a beer. 680% for the past year. It's got A's for all the other metrics: growth, profitability, momentum, revisions. Valuation has a C. Pretty good one. This one might have room to run. Now, a lesson to you all here: don't let yourself get hung up on this, because so this doubled. It could double again. So don't say, "Oh, it went from 18 to 39. I missed out. I could have had it at 18." It could keep running. Just look at Nvidia after all. Next one is Groupon, and Groupon, in my opinion, is absolute crap. I have this one. This is one of my infamous reverse split stories. Oh God, 173% for the year again. And I was just saying what crap it was. Now look here, okay? This is the problem with the market. Look, we've got an F for growth, F for profitability. Are you watching this, Blake? Because this is how things differentiate. We've got grades. We've got the growth, we've got the cash flow, but yet we have a stock that's up 174% in the last year that has an F for these two key measures here. For momentum, A plus. Revision, C plus. Valuation gets a C. Over time, it's down 96%, though. I'm not sure what's making it come back. I think I have a whole one share that I'm left with after in the wake of all the reverse splitting that it did. So that's that. And then the next one, we've got LabU. LabU, I'm going to try to breeze through here. This is direction daily S&P. Oh, so look at this. Not only a derivative of a derivative like we've been talking about, but this is a levered fund, one of the direction daily funds. S&P Biotech, of course, this one's going to be way up over time, or actually not. Down 86%, 28% for 1 year. Year to date, we're already up 38%. Wow, a lot of these are kicking butt. I may buy into this one. For liquidity, we get an A plus, momentum A plus, but we've got an F for expenses, dividends, and risk. Those are different categories. That's because it's an ETF, though. It looks like. All right, how many more do we have here? We've got MARA, MDGL, MSOS. We'll try to breeze through these really quick here. MARA is one I'd actually Marathon Digital Holdings. I took some call options in this one. I'm expecting a big year for it. 267% over the last year, 909% in 5 years. Oh man, these are some big winners. 10% year to date. Valuation C, A for growth, A plus for momentum, C for profitability, B for revisions. $26 a share. MDGL is our next one. I'm going to start really breezing through these here. I'm in overtime. 78% for 5 years, down 10% for the year. D for valuation, A for growth, D for profitability, B minus for momentum, D minus for revisions, $250 a share. The next one, we've got NNOX, not to be performed with, or not to be, listen to me, not to be confused with Fort Knox. Kind of botched the joke there. We're down 59% over the lifetime of it, which is only like not even 4 years. Why is it not showing for, oh, yeah, for a year, we're up 46%. Valuation C minus, growth A, profitability B, momentum B plus, revisions D minus. And then the next one, Riot. This one is a Riot. I think I did some call options in this one. I also hold some, up 132% for the year. So a lot of these crypto exchanges are running up over the past year. We got B plus for revisions, A minus for momentum, F for profitability, A plus for growth, C for valuation. Over the maximum, down 98%, down 24%, 5 years, up 337%. You love all the differences there when you look at the time horizon. Pretty cool, huh? So yeah, I think I hold some of that one. Of course, if you want to be an indirect shareholder, buy into ULTY. SE is C Limited. This is 266% for life. 5 years, 138. 1 year, down 18%, down or up 27% for year to date. Valuation D, growth A minus, profitability B minus, momentum B, revisions C. Now, one of our favorite ones, I should have done this at the beginning, SMCI, Super Micro Computers, another $50 a share today. So you all that got into this one are kicking butt. Look at this, for the lifetime, 9,246%. How long has this even been around? It's been around a while, but it just started surging. Over the last year, 835%. Watch this year to date. This has got to be the top one of the year, 222%. Wow, we're going to be getting rich off of some of this stuff. Valuation C, growth A plus, B for profitability, A plus and A plus for momentum and revisions. That is SMCY. That one is absolutely on fire. Next one is SOUN, Soundhound. 101% for the year. This one looks like it's cheap. 184% for the year to date. Wow. Now, here's another thing I tend to do. I would buy this one over SMCI because it's cheap. It's $6, right? Valuation C plus, growth A plus, profitability F, momentum A plus, revisions B. So I'm starting to see the logic in some of the picks here. There's a lot of volatility in these. So this could make us a lot of money. I may have to get into this dang thing after all. Okay, so that's ticker symbol SOUN. Next one is TMDX, Transmedics Group. So Transmedics Group over life is up 212%. 5 years, it's not giving us a number because it must not be that old. 2.59, 1 year. Year to date, 5.73. It is for valuation D minus, growth A, profitability C plus, B for momentum, A plus for revisions. And then last but not least, VKTX. VKTX. Viking Therapeutics. I think this one just had a big day the other day. Yeah, watch this one in one day. It's funny, I just looked at this one. $38 February 26th, $85. It doubled in a day. Now, there's only been one stock in the history of my investment career that I doubled in a single day. It was Green Mountain Coffee. To see the details of that, go watch my video about my best holdings of all time. That's fun. When you double in one day, You definitely wish you bought a lot more. 801% for the life of the fund. Over the last 5 years, we are up 865%. For 1 year, we're up 668%, which means most of this growth came within the last year. Half of it just came this year, and I would assume a lot of that just came within the last like 5 days. B plus for valuation, A plus for growth, C minus for profitability, A plus for momentum, B plus for revisions. Okay, so that is a detail of all the holdings we've got in in the ULTY fund. I'm liking it better now that I've looked at it. Boomer tech, it seems so. Okay, any other comments? If not, I'm going to end it there. Thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe, and join the Discord and participate in the Discord and the voice chat. Like I said, we are imminently going to get that going. Thank you all for tuning in. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. We should be back later today, though. Ciao, ciao.